Hey, good morning. Just coming from you outside here in the backyard. It's a beautiful morning. And one of the things I was thinking through today is I was recently asked, what do I look for in an audio mix? When I'm evaluating either our volunteers, as someone I'm having to train or mentor, or even in my own mixes, what do I look for quality audio mixes? And the one key thing that continues to stick in my mind is really 2 points. One, we are people and creatures of habits. Humankind is just a creature of habit. We look for consistency in everything we do, whether it's from our finances, through our home life, to our marriages, to our relationships. We look for consistency. And I think that's the key thing in mixing as well for me. So what do I look for? I look for consistency. Two things that consistency does is it establishes the bedrock footprint of relationship. And what do I mean by that? I mean, if you are known as an audio engineer that consistently has great mixes in any genre, whether that be in a volunteer role, a paid role, a touring role, even member of your church, staff member of your church, whatever that looks like. If you are known already as someone that consistently delivers good quality mixes, doesn't mean it's always excellent, doesn't mean it's always perfect, but it means it's good, it's quality, and it's consistently delivered, then that's your biggest defender. If you have an off day, and trust me, the more you do this, the longer you do this, you will have off days. It doesn't matter what level of excellence or what level of perfection or professionalism you get to, you're going to have off days. But if you are known and the consistency is there, that's your biggest defender. So when those off days come, sure, things can be critiqued, things can be evaluated, things can be done differently. People certainly have the ability to provide feedback or constructive criticism, even direct criticism of whatever you did. But if the bedrock of your relationship is known as consistency, that's your bigger defender. You don't have to stand for yourself and go, yeah, it was not great. It was things I could have done better. Whatever it is, you're known for consistency. That's your bigger defender. You don't have to verbalize it. Two, if you are the one in charge of directing a bunch of team members, and if you are the one that is establishing what that consistency looks like, I challenge you, how do you get consistency? One of the things that we do at our church, and that I've done at my church, is I build templates. And it's not a template that Charlie has versus I have versus Joe Schmo down the street has. It's a template that we all start from. And what does that do? That provides a level of consistency across whoever's mixing it, because we don't want to be known for good sound when Charlie's mixing, or good sound when I'm mixing, or good sound when whoever's mixing. We want to be known for good sound, right? As a church. And so I need to make sure that I'm putting procedures and systems in place that can have that consistency delivered no matter who's behind the console. And so if I know how to use a CLA 2A, I know that if I go to a certain point, I'm going to have so much stage volume and so much cymbal bleed in vocal mics or whatever, and I can figure out how to control that, and I use that, and I do. For those that don't know, that's part of my vocal chain. Then I know how to use that. But if the guy down the street or the guy that's coming up behind me doesn't know that, that may not be the most consistent methodology or whatever to put in place for everyone. And so we have to evaluate the level of our engineers, and we have to evaluate the level of our teams, and we have to build that consistency. That's not to say, oh, well, because I know how to use a CLA 2A and no one else does, we don't use it. That's not what I'm saying. You have to train that consistency in. You have to build that consistent workflow. And you have to make sure that everyone on the team understands it. And sure, there's got to be some level of freedom from engineer to engineer. You don't want just autonomous robots mixing at a certain level, but you do need that consistency. And so what I'm looking for in a mix, what I'm looking for in a volunteer, what I'm looking for in team members, and even in myself, is consistency. When do I deliver consistently? So that's what I look for. We can debate the sound of the kick drum, we can debate the sound of the snare, the guitar, the vocal. All those things are debatable. All those things are subjective, sometimes to personal opinion, personal taste, but consistently, if those are delivered in a quality manner, that's what I'm looking for. And like I said, everyone's going to have an off day. Everyone's going to have an off night. There are going to be challenges that we don't even necessarily know oftentimes going on. But if you're known consistently to deliver a great product, then that's the key to a great mix. Hope that helps somebody in your thinking process today. I'll probably be talking more about consistency in the coming days, but just wanted to toss that out there.